Hello everybody, how are you guys doing? Hi babies. Hello. You guys ready to go? Good morning. I have the girls here. Here's Brandy and Gucci girl. Rob is hitching up the trailer. How are you guys? What's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are on our way to obstacle course challenge thing. I feel like I have hair on my lips. I don't know exactly what it's called, but I'll fill you guys in once we're loaded up and on our way. Making a quick stop at Dunkin Donuts.
To be right now.
Thank you.
Flatbread to order that.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome, right back.
Alright, I just got a turkey sausage, egg and cheese on a flatbread. Rob got a sausage, egg and cheese on a croissant. I actually got something different. They have like the festive drinks for the holidays, so I got like a peppermint mocha. I think that's very common, right? Like a lot of people get that. That's a common drink. A peppermint mocha. But yeah, I got one to try it. It's like all at the bottom though. I don't know how to mix it. It's minty. So basically today we are taking the girls to a obstacle practice. We're taking, sorry, I have to get used to looking at the lens. I just got this camera so it's like the lens. Okay, we're taking the girls to an obstacle practice today. Just Brandy and Gucci. It's just like a, I don't never know what to call it, like an obstacle course, desensitizing course, I don't know. It's just a practice so you can go and take your time, get them used to all those.
I-75 south for 10 miles.
Get them used to all those different things, desensitize them and everything. So this is Brandy's first time doing something like that. I usually always take Crystal, but she's good at it, so I feel like I should take advantage and take the baby who needs it a little bit more. So yeah, let's see how she does. I'm gonna just walk her through everything because she's been on break all summer. I want to start from scratch again with the saddle, even though she's had it on before. She's been walked around and everything, like I've ridden her. But I just found out about this course like last week, so I didn't want to rush it and like just throw the saddle on just so I can ride her through the course. So instead, I'm just gonna walk her around, lunch her a little bit, get her used to everything. And Gucci, are you gonna ride her? Yeah. You're gonna walk her too? So yeah, Gucci's gonna be walked too. They're also collecting some cans for like a food drive. We bought a bunch of cans to donate non-perishable canned goods. But yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna go ahead and start stuffing my face. Oh my god, it's so cute. We brought you some cans.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, have a wonderful time. Now, bye-bye now.
Bye. finished grooming her, I started off by lunging Brandy. I usually start off by just asking her for a walk, and then we go into a trot, and we do the same thing in both directions. This is mostly just to warm her up a little bit, see how she's moving, see how much she's listening, how fresh she is, see if she's paying attention. This is actually her first time being worked and lunged outside of the barn, so I was really surprised at how good she was doing. She was keeping some slack in the rope, keeping one ear towards me, still listening, keeping her gait, listening to my cues. She was still looking around, which is expected. It's a new place. There's horses around, so it's normal. So yeah, this was just to warm her up a little bit and get her ready for some obstacles. Alright, so just a quick little disclaimer. I don't consider myself a horse trainer. I know I still have a lot to learn. Over the years, I've acquired knowledge from different trainers, research I've done, online videos, and I just take a little bit of everything, and this is what I do. This is what I've done with my horses and what I'm currently doing with Brandy. Okay, so my favorite way of doing obstacles or desensitizing them to whatever they're afraid of is to walk through it first and have them follow behind me. And then when they're comfortable, I just send them off on their own. So that's kind of what I did with most of them. At least I tried to, and you'll see what I mean a little later. But yeah, we started off with this maze, I guess you can call it. It was a little hard to send her and guide her through it because that big log was in my way. But she actually wasn't afraid of it at all. Her attention was everywhere else, all over the place. She doesn't know where her feet are. She's bumping into all the logs, but it's completely understandable. She's in a new place. This was her first time seeing all those crazy, scary things floating everywhere. There's like pool noodles, bags hanging in the air. So yeah, she wasn't afraid of it, and that was my main goal. Alright, so next up is the pool noodles. I really took my time with her with this. I just walked through it. I didn't want to tiptoe around it, so as you saw, she kind of like freaked out. But I'm not pushing her, I'm not rushing her. I'm just kind of standing on the other side asking her to come, and then whenever she's ready, she jumped over. And then right here, a horse was backing into my camera, so yeah, sorry about that. Alright, again, I just walked through it, and as you can see, she's kind of hesitant. But she comes up, I let her sniff it, see what it is, take her time, and she was actually pretty good. Like, she was willing to go through it. She just needed a little encouragement. So we did it a couple times from both directions, making sure she was comfortable. And once I felt like she was comfortable enough, I kind of started asking her for more. And this is where I started to stop her in the middle of the things. I don't know how to say it. But as you can see right here, I'm asking her to stop. Sometimes when you start doing obstacles like this, they kind of rush through them. And I wanted her to walk through and stop. So to be comfortable with the noodles touching her belly, touching her back legs, as you can see here, she's pretty good with it. And then we walk. Once she passes the noodles, she swings her butt around. So she kind of, right, even there, she kind of just like walked over me. Not literally, you know what I mean? She kind of pushed me a little bit. So I just kind of correct her, bring her butt back, and back her up towards the noodles. So here I'm asking her to stop. I don't want her to pass me. So again, stop. And she did it again, as you can see. I don't know if you guys are noticing. So we're doing it on this side, and then again, she swings her butt around. So instead of stopping and having the noodles behind her, she's kind of uncomfortable with the noodles behind her. So again, I just fix her butt, face her butt towards the noodles, and we do it again. And over here, again, I'm stopping her. I stop her when the noodles are by her shoulder, when the noodles are by her belly, when her noodles are by her back legs, just to make sure she's comfortable with them touching her all over her body. And I stop her, and yes, she doesn't swing her butt over, and she doesn't run me over. So I'm praising her, I'm saying good girl, and I want to do it on the other side, doing the same thing, making sure she's okay with the noodles on her belly, with the noodles on her back legs, and I walk, and she stops. Perfect, and we are done with the noodles. Are you coming? Good girl, come on. Good girl. Over here, I'm doing the same thing. I kind of just walked her through. I stopped her to make sure she was comfortable with the bags behind her, and then I kind of just sent her off on her own. She did really good with these bags. They're just like empty feed bags that they hung on a branch.
But yeah, she wasn't too fazed by it. And then this one, she just walked through it, no problem. I didn't have to do any work. She wasn't scared of it at all. Most of the ones like that, she wasn't scared of, so that's good. Alright, you guys. So this is the obstacle that killed my camera's battery. This is the one that we had the most trouble with. It took us forever. I have literally like 40 minutes of footage of this, so it's been taking me forever to edit because I don't know how to organize it. But yeah, so this is like a little seesaw, and she wasn't having problems getting on it. She was perfectly fine walking on it, as you can see. Well, here she moved over, but as soon as the seesaw moves, that's when she would get freaked out. So I tried tapping it, letting her smell it, take her time. So over here, I kind of noticed that maybe it could be the sound that the seesaw's making that's freaking her out. So as you notice right there, she kind of freaks out and jumps off again. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe let's just make some sound, right? Let's make some noise and get her used to that first. So I started doing some workout exercises for myself. I'm just kidding, but yeah, I just started like moving the seesaw from one side to the other to make noise, and then asking her to come forward. And then once I felt she was comfortable, we stopped, and then I asked her again to get on. And this time I'm like, okay, let's try from the other side. And then she kind of just like walked across it. And I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe let's just do that. Let's just walk across it, right? Let's slow down a little bit. Do like a little bit at a time. Let's just walk across it. And then she was doing really good walking across it. And then she started to throw her head. You guys will see in a little bit. And I wasn't able to catch her final result, like finally after I got her to walk through the seesaw and everything, because I ended up just taking a break. I was like, you know what, we're both frustrated. We've been doing this for so long, and there's people waiting. So I just kind of took a break, and then we came back to it later on that day, and she was finally able to do it. So I was so proud of her. There, you can see me getting frustrated, taking a break. And I wanted to end on a good note so bad. Like, I didn't want to just stop there. So I brought it all back, and I just asked her for 2 feet on the platform. And once she gave me those 2 feet, I backed her up, said good girl, and then we moved on to something else. One of the main things that I wanted for my channel was to be honest and show you guys what really happens. But the way I finally got her to walk through the little seesaw, sorry for this blurry pause, it's just I wanted to talk and the video was like going too fast. The way I finally got her to walk over the seesaw was I kind of, whenever she would throw her head, I kept tension on the rope. Like I wouldn't release it when she threw her head. When she would come forward, then I would release the rope. So that stopped her head throwing. And then I started just walking on the platform, being patient. It was at the end of the day, so not the end of the day, but the end of the time at that place. So everybody was already gone. So it was just me and her. We worked on the head throwing thing, and then she walked over the seesaw. And it sucks because Rob was working somewhere else with Gucci, so he wasn't able to catch it on video. But yeah, it just took a little bit of patience and just fixing her head throwing thing. Okay, this one was the other one she had problems with. As you can see right there, I was trying to walk through the water, and then I realized it was too deep. So that didn't work, my walking through and then having her follow me. But right there, okay, you saw her head throwing thing, right? So look at how I keep the tension, and as soon as she comes forward, I let it go. So that's how I fix the head thing. Just in case you guys are wondering if you're having the same problems. But yeah, I started by backing her into the water just so she could get a feel of how deep it was and that there was nothing in it that was going to eat her. Does not like water. It's one of those things that we need to work on. But basically she just kind of kept pushing her shoulder onto me to avoid the water. So what I did was just move her shoulder over, ask her to go forward, move her shoulder over, ask her to go forward. And this one took forever, guys. So it was this one and the seesaw that took us forever that day. But she eventually got in. But it took us a long time, and that's all I did. I kind of just kept asking her to go forward, keeping her shoulder off of me, asking her to go forward. And I'm not hitting her with the lunge line, just for the record. I'm just kind of swinging it to encourage her to go forward. I'm not whipping her, so you plan on doing this with your horses? Don't whip your horses. I'm just kind of swinging the rope to encourage her to go forward. But if they start coming into your space and hurting you and pushing you around, then one smack might be needed, just like you would smack a child's hand. Oh my god, this is turning into a different debate. It's taking a turn, but you guys know what I mean. When horses are babies like that, 3-year-olds, 2-year-olds, you can't let them get away with too much, because then when they're older and stronger and bigger, it can be dangerous. Someone was obsessed with the pig instead of filming Brandy's walk through the water. I'm just kidding, the pig was kind of cute. But yeah, I kind of just decided to try something different, and I started to ask her to walk circles around me and then kind of inching her closer to the water. So instead of getting her to walk straight through the water path, I kind of just did the little shore area. Guys, I suck at explaining things. Like, I suck, so I'm sorry. Like, I feel like I don't even know how to talk right now. But I'm just like, walking her in a circle, and like getting her closer to the water so that when she walks around the circle, she kind of touches the water. Oh my gosh. I suck at voiceovers, but hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. And as you can see there, she kind of pushed herself towards me, so I kind of like pushed her back. And then finally, eventually, a couple hours later, just kidding, it wasn't a couple hours later, but she finally walked through the little trench, I guess that's what you call it, or that little puddle. But yeah, it was amazing. It was the best thing ever. I was so happy. Good girl, Brandy. And then right here, I wanted to stop her in the middle of the obstacle like I was doing with all the other ones, just so I know she's not rushing through it, that she's comfortable. And then I say, good girl, throw her a party, give her all the scratches she wants. And yeah, this is my happy face. We finally conquered this obstacle. And this is our final result of our day at the obstacle practice. I am so proud of this little baby. She is such a good girl. For this being her first time out, she did amazing. And I wanted to try my best and show you guys like what really goes down. Like I had so much footage, but I really wanted to keep the parts where it didn't go as smoothly. So hopefully this video helped you out a tiny bit in some way. I guess the things like I take from it is just to have patience, We all get frustrated, it's okay. As long as you're not taking it out on the horse, though. And yeah, just take a step back. Just listen to your horse. And there's a bunch of different ways of doing things, you guys. The number one thing is to always put your horse and their well-being first. Don't forget why you're doing it, and just be patient with them. Hey you guys, so we are on our way back home. I don't know if you can tell, but we're so exhausted. It was so hot today. I'm just so tired. We are on our way home, and I plan on doing like a little voiceover, so hopefully I can talk to you guys about how Brandy did and just like the things that we worked on and all that stuff. I'm gonna try and do a voiceover while I'm editing. It was a lot of fun. She did good. I'm proud of her. It was Brandy's first time being worked outside of the barn. She's been out before. I've taken her to a barrel race one time. She was just tied to the trailer and grazed and walked around. My vlog camera actually died, but I was able to grab some clips with my cell phone. Luckily, it was charged. We are home. Time to unload the girls. Hello. Good job today, baby. You must be so tired, huh? Gucci's getting rinsed off.